Welcome to Cascadia Coast News. It is January 5th, 2025. I am going to talk about this avian flu that is going around, or the bird flu. I don't know that there are a lot of people touching on this, but I'm seeing some strange parallels of this turning into a major pandemic, kind of like COVID did in 2020. So I'm just going to warn people about this because I think there's more to it than meets the eye. Anyways, this is from CDC.gov, their website. CDC confirms first severe case of H5N1 bird flu in the United States. Now, the first outbreak of this bird flu virus was in Louisiana. But Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, has issued a state of an emergency in California because of this virus. And I'm going to go to an article on that here in a minute. But, okay, it says, December 18th, 2024, a patient has been hospitalized with a severe case of avian influenza A, H5N1 virus, H5N1 bird flu infection in Louisiana. This marks the first instance of severe illness linked to the virus in the United States. The case was confirmed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Friday, December 13th. Since April 2024, there have been a total of 61 reported human cases of H5 bird flu reported in the United States. Since April 2024. You see, it's kind of starting like COVID did. They didn't do much about it at first. And then all of a sudden, it turned into a world emergency. Partial viral genome data of the H5N1 avian influenza virus that infected the patient in Louisiana indicates that the virus belongs to the D11 genotype related to other D11, D1.1 viruses recently detected in the wilds. Hold on. Detected in wild birds and poultry in the United States and in recent human cases in British Columbia, Canada, and Washington State. Isn't that kind of strange? I am going to be doing a pretty lengthy documentary here pretty soon on the COVID-19 virus. And I think you all are going to enjoy it because there's some things that the media is never going to cover that I'm going to cover in that documentary. But it's things I feel people need to know. Now, I am going to say this before going any further. YouTube policy dictates that you cannot speak in a disinformation way about the World Health Organization or the Center for Disease Control. So I'm just going to say this in passing. These are my opinions, and you still need to adhere to the World Health or the WHO guidelines. I'm saying this because I don't want my videos to be removed. You see, I stopped doing videos for a very long time, about a year, because YouTube likes to censor me and remove my videos and make it to where I can't post comments. Also, I was pretty busy. But I'm a truth seeker, and I want everybody to know the truth. So I'm just going to figure out a better way to bring forth these videos without being censored. Rather that is me censoring myself a little bit, saying things in a smarter way. But anyways, just saying that in passing. Okay, this H5N1 bird flu genotype is different than the B3.13 genotype detected in dairy cows, sporadic human cases in multiple states, and some poultry outbreaks in the United States. Additional genomic sequencing and efforts to isolate virus from clinical specimens from the patient in Louisiana are underway at the CDC. While an investigation into the source of the infection in Louisiana is ongoing, it has been determined that the patient had exposure to sick and dead birds in backyard flocks. So, what they're saying is that this person contracted this virus from birds in his backyard. Yeah, you heard that right. This could get pretty slippery. A sporadic case of severe H5N1 bird flu illness in a person is not unexpected. Avian influenza A H5N1 virus infection has previously been associated with severe human illness in other countries during 2024 and prior years, including illness resulting in death. No person-to-person spread of H5 bird flu has been detected. This case does not change CDC's overall assessment of the immediate risk to the public's health from H5N1 bird flu, which remains low. Okay, if it remains so low, then why did Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, issue a state of emergency? Just something to think about. This case underscores that in addition to affected commercial poultry and dairy operations, wild birds and backyard flocks also can be a source of exposure. People with work or recreational exposures to infected animals are at higher risk of infection and should follow CDC's recommended precautions when around animals that are infected or potentially infected with H5N1, avian influenza virus. This means that backyard flock owners, hunters, and other bird enthusiasts should also take precautions. You know, kind of like everybody having to wear masks when COVID was rearing its ugly head. The best way to prevent H5 bird flu is to avoid exposure whenever possible. Infected birds shed avian influenza A viruses in their saliva, mucus, and feces. Other infected animals may shed avian influenza A viruses in respiratory secretions and other bodily fluids, e.g., in unpasteurized cow milk or raw milk. As a general precaution, whenever possible, people should avoid contact with sick or dead animals, in particular wild birds and poultry. For individuals with direct close contact with wild birds or sick, dead poultry or other animals, wear recommended personal protective equipment. Kind of like with COVID. They recommended personal protective equipment. Wild birds can be infected with avian influenza A virus even if they don't look sick. In other words, asymptomatic. Do not touch surfaces or materials, e.g. animal litter or bedding material, contaminated with saliva, mucus, or animal feces from wild or domestic birds or other animals with confirmed or suspected avian influenza A virus infection. So how are you supposed to know if it's infected? If they're asymptomatic? Meaning they don't have no symptoms. For more information on H5 bird flu in the U.S. and CDC's response, including regularly updated case point counts, visit the H5 bird flu current situation page. And that's all I got on that now. Okay. So this is from California, this next article, and this is about Gavin Newsom issuing a state of emergency. California's governor proclaims a state of emergency for bird flu. On December 18, 2024, Governor Newsom proclaimed a state of emergency to streamline and expedite the state's response to avian influenza A, H5N1, commonly known as bird flu. This may give many employers flashbacks to the COVID-19 pandemic and shelter-in-place requirements. Currently, it is not that type of emergency. However, there are some mandates that employers in affected industries should be aware of. In response to the outbreak of bird flu, the Labor and Workforce Development Agency, LWDA, through the Department of Industrial Relations and the California Department of Public Health, are engaging in an outreach strategy to educate employers and workers about bird flu. This page provides comprehensive information on prevention and control measures to reduce the risk of exposure to bird flu and personal protective equipment requirements. The page right here. I mean, I'm not going to go there, but you can come and check this page out and do that yourself. I'm probably going to check that out, and when I do the documentary, if it's relevant, include it. Moreover, the state of California will be distributing PPE to high-risk workers at dairy farms. Occupational Social, OSHA will also be responding to reports of worker illness and conducting programmed inspections in high-hazard industries. As you can tell, I'm a little bit, my anxiety's kicked up a little bit with this, so my mouth's not working right. I have an anxiety problem that I am trying to get squared away without taking the medications that they would want somebody with anxiety to take. Okay, now back to the article. While the declaration mainly identifies dairy farms as high hazard, Cal OSHA has already published a page on bird flu that identifies workers who have job-related contact with birds or dairy cows as at risk. This includes bird rehabilitation centers. Bird rehabilitation centers, you gotta be freaking shitting me. Animal sanctuaries, slaughterhouse workers, and lab workers who test samples for bird flu. I mean, you can't make this stuff up anymore. We are definitely in the twilight zone. While employers in these types of industries should be cautious, the CDPH states the current risk is low. But there's a state of emergency. And there is no known person-to-person spread of the bird flu detected in California. If you have questions about the state of emergency for bird flu or related compliance issues, contact a Jackson Lewis attorney to discuss. Anyways, I would love to know your opinions on this. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I will eventually, because I'm going to work my ass off until I do. Because you all need to see these things. So please, if you like this content and would like to see more, like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm so I can actually be seen and more people can see this content and get the truth, because there's a lot more than the mainstream media is telling you. So again, I would love to hear your comments. This is Cascadia Coast News signing out, and y'all have a good day.